evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, trying to play some Pathfinder adventures and finish up Adventure Deck 2 on Heroic difficulty. Right now, Adventure Deck 3 is not out. I'm recording this on May 12th. I'm recording about a week in advance, a little more than a week maybe. So hopefully the Adventure Deck is out by the time you watch this, but if not, we'll have to wait a while. In this scenario, this is the one with the Shadow Clock, and the Heroic difficulty is another one of those cases where it's basically a free pass. So normally you lose one card off the top of the Blessings deck if no one's at the Shadow Clock. Here you lose 3 cards, but you're always going to have somebody at the Shadow Clock, obviously. So the Heroic power here pretty much does not do anything to make the scenario any harder at all. The only thing that's harder about this is the wildcard power. I think it's really cool what Obsidian did, making these extra difficult scenario powers for the Heroic and Legendary difficulties. I do wish that they were a little bit more balanced. Like, the first scenario of this adventure has some crazy bullshit, and then all the other 4 were actually not that hard. Actually, there is no Academy here, so I do have a chance of maybe pulling off banishing the Consecration and then getting a Cure back into my hand. Who's going to go to the Shadow Clock? Well, you want someone with a lot of allies and a big hand size. So that's Seoni for sure. Do I want Lem here as well? Yeah, I think I want Lem here, because basically what Lem can do is he can recharge his whole hand, helping Seoni, and then at the start of his turn he draws back up to his hand size. Kira will do what she does best, which is go to the temple. And then there's really no good place for Valeros to go. I mean, he's okay at this. There's lots of monsters here, but, you know, he gets penalized. At this point, though, he's so good at fighting, I'm just going to go ahead and put him there anyway. And then the mill, again, Seijin will go there. Okay. So, let me see, any weird strategies for this scenario? No, not really. It's just a pretty normal scenario. We got a waterfront, which is pretty bitchy. I drew a pretty bad wild card. It's the one that makes me bury a card when I draw a blessing. So Kira is, again, going to be somewhat stymied in her attempts to power through the temple. But apart from that, it's not the end of the world. Alright, so let's see. If she closes this turn, is going to be banishing her tiger, which I'm pretty sad about. The tiger is a really good ally. I'm not that happy about it, but whatever. Hopefully she just won't quite find it this turn. I could have prepared for this by giving her a bunch of basic allies just for the scenario and kind of metagamed the system a little bit. So let's do this. Do I want to do any more than that? I don't think so. I don't care about these random items. So we'll just roll and get lucky. Okay, cool. Let's see what items we get. Getting a bunch of them. Boop. Blast Stone, Perception, and Survival. Alright, I can't explore with the tiger because I might find a henchman, and then I would have to banish Father Xantus to close this place, so that's not something I want. And indeed, I'm going to be losing my tiger, which is awfully sad. I'm going to just recharge. Remember, Lem's cards... Wait, why am I using... I want to keep Toxic Cloud. Lem is going to recharge his whole thing at the start of his turn anyway, so there's no point for him to keep his cards. Alright, so she gets to keep his difficulty down. She's got 1 combat spell. I'm going to freaking banish Blast Stone because I don't even care about it. Lem is going to banish his crossbow, or recharge his crossbow. I guess I should have done that as my first one, because he's going to lose it anyway, and I might as well play Toxic Cloud. So, bop. And down goes the Stalker. This is sad. I hate that I have to lose my Tiger. I wish I could have gotten rid of a Troubadour, but the Tiger is good. But, you know, it's not the end of the world to lose it. I have used it for its combat ability, though, so that's not the most fortunate thing that could have happened. Okay, so, Lem... recharges. Wait. Does the location still do its thing if it's closed? Uh-oh, am I stupid? I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. The recharging and going up to your hand size only happens if it's open. Hang on. I didn't realize that my network connection was lost, so I'm sorry. You've just heard me talking about nothing. But anyway, the point is, Seoni closed the Shadow Clock Tower, and Lem recharged away his crossbow very stupidly. I should have known that I could keep it in my hand since, you know, it's, see, I knew Seoni was going to close it the moment that she found that henchman. Please don't be a monster, thanks. So it's going to be a while before I get my crossbow back. Oh, hey, I'm happy to bury that. I don't even want it anyway. And we're going to just pass the turn. So we get Augury and Consecration, nice. Alright, so the Consecration is good. That is a banishable spell. It's banished on use, even if you have the Divine Skill. So that's good for me because Then, if we don't find any spells during the scenario, Lem will be able to put a cure back into his deck, which I've been wanting for quite some time now. Alright, I don't want to banish or discard Masterwork Tools because we're at the mill, and the mill has 2 barriers in it. But I am going to discard the Amulet of Life, and then I'm going to just heal it back with the Staff of Healing, just to clear my hand and keep on going. Alright, so Kira starts with 2 armors. It's actually really good because I'm burying a card every time I pick up a blessing, and by burying the armors, I can continue exploring. Amulet of Fortitude. That would have been good in my other party. It's not that good here. No one has item slots to spare for something like this. So I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to discard a blessing. Hopefully I find a blessing here. No. This would be good in my other party. Again, not good here. Poog is a bit early to use for healing, so what I'm going to do is recharge the chainmail. The villain, I'm pretty sure, does not do damage at the start of the combat. Oh, God. Okay, this is the one where everybody has to defeat the thing that they're fighting. So I have to make sure that yes, I really do need to make sure that I defeat all these zombie minions, or else I'm losing a turn for no reason. They're not that hard to defeat. And I'm lucky that 2 of my 5 characters, well, one of my 5 characters, is at a closed location. Except, of course, Lem here is in trouble because he stupidly got rid of his... He stupidly got rid of his crossbow. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Alright, so let's recharge Poog for some combat bonus. I'm going to bury the Shrine of Lemashtu for that. Can I play a spell on this somehow to activate these blessings of Pharasma? Nope. So what do I need? I need to roll an 8 on some d4s. Anybody got like a Blessing of Gorum or something? No. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to play blessings the old-fashioned way. Crap. Oh, that was really dumb. Deathbane Light Crossbow would have been quite helpful there as well. Crap, that was stupid. I really bungled that up. Alright, so now I'm going to use 2 of my blessings. Take a slight risk here. 3d10s should get up to an 8, but I want to have blessings on my turn so I can actually explore. And Kira should have no trouble killing this thing with just a regular old Inflict, thanks to her hero power. And the zombie horde is thus vanquished. Ah, man. Why did I recharge away the crossbow? I just totally forgot that when the shadow clock is closed, you don't recharge up to your hand size. Alright, now we'll pop a spyglass, take a look at what's in here. Monster in the closet. Okay, the monster in the closet's super annoying. Luckily, I don't have to deal with it, so that's coming up next. Let me recharge my armor. And the waterfront should be closing on the next turn. Alright. Seoni, where are you going? She could go to hang out with Lem. Why not? She's good at closing the prison. She's got the charisma for it and the diplomacy, so might as well go here. Tragically, that's not a monster. I was hoping she'd find some monsters so that Lem wouldn't have to do quite as much fighting. Or, be as seriously at risk of fighting. Alright, Lem, let's just do augury, buddy. See if there's any monsters you can knock out of your way. Well, there's one. There's a goblin raid waiting for me. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. Do I actually want to recharge augury? Not really. So why did I do it? Autopilot, kids. Autopilot's a dangerous thing. Fuck me sideways. Oh, God. Alright, so another swarm barrier, another thing. Luckily, I don't actually have to defeat all of them, so I can just fail some of the checks. Lem, what's happening, bud? Are you just getting fucked in the anus? I think you are. Well, if I roll high on these d4s, I might actually not have to discard my whole hand. Nope! Oh no, I discarded Consecration! Oh, God! I wish I had just played it to banish it. So now it's stuck in my frickin' my frickin' deck. Shit. It's stuck in my deck now, and I'm gonna have to do it in the next scenario, which I can't even do yet because Adventure Deck 3 hasn't come out. Man, frickin' swarm barriers, so annoying. I think there's well, I don't know. The barriers that like the falling bell is bad, and the slashing blade is bad, the collapsed ceilings, there's a lot of things that are bad, but I think I would have rather had any of those happen than this goblin raid. Alright, so you now don't have any armor. Whatever. Hopefully I just don't roll terribly. There we go, that's all good. Okay, so that's that. Lem wiped his hand. He's still got a pretty healthy deck. And he's got a couple of acid arrows. Would have liked to see those sooner. Seijan only has the Masterwork tools in his hand, so a hand wipe's not the end of the world. We'll just explore. Okay, so this is unlikely to work. Do I want to play a blessing on this to make it more likely? Any good blessings? No good blessings? Nope, no good blessings at all. Sure, we'll play one blessing just to make it actually likely as opposed to unlikely. And, yep, that's that. Well, hang on, it was likely. It was, he only needed a 5 on a d10, so it was actually slightly likely. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, think about this for a second. If I find the henchman, I really can't kill him because of these stupid raids that made me lose all my combat spells. So I'm just gonna pass and hope to get a weapon. Didn't happen, alright, but, I guess she at least has a bunch of blessings to play now. Okay, so this is weird. This is like both going well and not very well. I mean, it's well in the sense that I am closing the locations effectively. Just feels like I'm getting cock slapped with all these stupid swarm barriers. So we'll throw a Blessing of Gorum on the Stalker to kill that, and then for the Bandit Henchman, I'm actually going to discard the Scythe. Wait, do I really want to do that? Hang on a second. I need a 6 on those dice. Oh god, I don't want to undo because I don't want the Scythe to get banished. Alright, we're going to do it. Let's go for it. Okay, we're good. I actually seriously would have pressed the undo button there if it weren't for the very real possibility that my weapon would get floating and then permanently banished. Alright, Shalale, you did some good stuff, but I think you're good to go now. Let's keep those blessings, get some more weapons. Okay. Do I want to recharge to get a card? Yes, actually. I'd like to get a combat spell. Not a chance. What's waiting in here? We don't know. Alright. Heavy pick +1. It's pretty crappy. Do I dare discard a Troubadour to keep exploring? Well, as long as it's not the villain, I'll be fine. So I'm going to just do it. Sanctuary is pretty lame. Actually, I picked it up, but I'm going to have to bury it, aren't I? Yes. And sure, we'll do another Troubadour, and then Father Xantus can heal me up afterwards. Alright, perfect. So I find another harmless item. Papa Z can heal me here. I think it would have been a little bit foolhardy to pop down that Blessing of Aurora. That would have just been pushing my luck a little bit further than I like it pushed. Okay, so now Lem's up. Don't think I need an Amulet of Life, so let's recharge it to draw a card. Get closer to that, crossbow that I know I have. Oh, wait a minute! Yes! I forgot! I'm Lem! I can swap this out for the Consecration and banish it. Wait a minute! Oh no! Oh god, I'm stupid. Sione picked up that Sanctuary just now. She rolled a 6. So now Lem is going to be stuck with that. Well, crap cakes. Anyone got anything good to play? Nope. No. Alright, we'll just try to get a 6 on 2d6. Barely do it. Okay. And, damn it. I really should have remembered that Sione picked up that Sanctuary. Damn. I should have had her roll Divine for it to fail. There's my crossbow back. Okay, now we're back in action. Mystic Inscription. Oh, hey. Well, now I don't have to feel bad about doing this. This would have stopped the Consecration from letting Lem get his cure back, but since it already happened, let's see if we can get a Lightning Bolt. Agility and Detect Evil. Fuck. Alright, well, I guess we'll get rid of Detect Evil here. Nope. Don't think that chainmail is particularly evil. But I have all these allies. Let's just explore with them. And I can play Agility because I'm not going to be well, am I going to be keeping Agility? No, it's a basic card. I don't see any reason to worry about it. Warhammer 40k, okay. Yeah, just keep on going. If I find the henchman, it'd be good. Agility would also help me close the place as well as fight, but I cannot find anything to fight here. Well, there's no more monsters left there, right? So, yeah, there's only one monster left out of these 4 cards. Should have probably discarded the chainmail, actually. Hey, there we go. So, it's time to fight. She unfortunately is going to have to fight this thing barefisted, which isn't her favorite thing to do. Anybody got like a Lemish Stew or maybe like a Gorum Blessing? No. Damn, alright, this is gonna take a lot of blessings. Well, let's do Blessing of Desna, because that thing sucks. Let's do... not Lem's Blessing, because he's really hurt. Let's do Sione's Blessings, because she's pretty healthy. Need a 10 here? That's asking for trouble. Alright, Sejan, contribute. Please don't do anything stupid, dice. Oh, God, that was almost stupid. Every single one of those blessings mattered, though. If I'd played one fewer blessing, that would have definitely failed. Okay, but this worked out well. We can cure now. I can't waste any healing. Not that I came even remotely close. Alright, network connection lost. Sorry. Basically, I don't know that you stop seeing progress until I get the thing saying network connection lost. But basically, nothing happened. She just cast a cure. So I think we're back now. Yes, network connection restored. Thanks. Okay. She's got some weapons now, finally. Valeros. Okay, what are we at here? We've closed a bunch of places. We've closed, well, not that many. We've closed 3. There's still the Shrine of Lamish due to deal with, but no one's even started the city yet. I'm going to go here and explore. I'm going to discard my blessings to explore as well. I need to get through this quickly. Longsword +1 is actually not good anymore, so I don't care about it. And we'll just play our blessings to explore. Ooh, this is not the Henchman Faceless Stalker. It's just a regular old Faceless Stalker. Alright, I guess we'll just discard this longsword I just found. Need a 7 on these 3 dice. Should be fine. That was actually kind of close. That D8 saved me. And I'm going to use the Blessing of Callistria because it's actually recharging right now. It matches the top. Burglar, butts. Oh man, I'm going to have to lose a weapon. Well, that's fine. I'll get rid of the Dog Slicer. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'd rather not, but it's also not the end of the world. And we're going to recharge the armor because the villain doesn't do damage and the henchmen don't do damage before the combat. Okay, what is going on in here with this throne room? So I don't need the Thieves' Tools because there is no barrier in here. I could augury in here and know what I'm facing. I think I'm going to do that. She actually doesn't have that many cards left in her deck. I might be able to get augury back, and it would have been nice to know if I was about to face the villain. Alas, the villain is not here. It's in another castle. Still, I will kill this thing. Note, by the way, that in this scenario, the villain cannot be evaded via web, because the villain has a combat check of 17. The second check is 17. So you can't use web on the villain, which means the augury, was more useful than it looks. Otherwise, you could have been like, well, Boris, why not just, go in, and if it's the villain, you can web, because they can't web here. Okay, she actually auto-succeeds now. She didn't used to, but with the latest skill feat, she does. So, let's see. We closed a 4th location there, and Lem is up. Anything good to pull out of the discard? Nope. Okay, guess he's moving somewhere else. Where does he want to go? I think I'm going to go over here with Valeros. I don't particularly want to fight a Bennett henchman to close a location, but with Valeros' help, it kind of balances out. And hey, we get the ally in here. That's nice. Wait, does ally make me bury a card here? Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yay! What does make me bury cards? Spells, items, and blessings. Right, so not allies. Okay. Cloak of Elvenkind. So I am going to have to bury a card if I pick that up. Luckily, I don't. And I'm not going to discard any blessings because I actually have half the clock left. I should be totally fine for time. Scarecrow Golem. Alright, immune to attack and mental traits. That's actually really great. This is actually the second time that I've managed to pull that off, where Sejan is fighting the person that can't be targeted with spells. And I'm going to banish ability or agility, because not only does that help me make this combat check really secure, but it also helps me close the location. In fact, it might even be an auto-succeed. It's an auto-succeed thanks to agility, so yeah. That way no one has to spend any blessings. And yes, I banish agility, but it's a basic spell. I am likely to be able to get it back later. Beep. There it goes. Alright, so now we only have a couple of places left. I have a feeling Kira's going to have to go to the worst place in this scenario. It's not the worst place in the world. The worst place in the world is definitely the Warrens. I hate that place so much. But Shrine of Lamish 2 is pretty bad. She's gonna take some damage here, it looks like. Alright, so we start out doing pretty good. Let's do the Dog Slicer. Yeah, this is almost guaranteed, because remember, D6s can't be 1s when you're using a Dog Slicer. Do I explore again? Yeah, if I'm going to heal with Poogie, I might as well explore again. Okay, the shadow is pretty big, so I'm going to discard my Dog Slicer for that. And do I want to use Poog to beef up my check. What do I need, a 10 on those dice? That's a bit dicey. I'm gonna recharge them. There's not that many cards left in my deck, so I might as well use the Poog. All right, well, that's enough of that. So Valeros is up. Goblin Warrior is all kinds of easy. In fact, this is an auto succeed. Troubadour isn't good for much except for exploring. I am a little bit low on cards in the old Decaroo, but that's fine. Oh, fudge. Well, at least Lem is here to make this a little bit easier. Anybody got a good blessing? Nope. 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 And of course, you guessed it, nope. No matching blessings, no dexterity blessings. Alright. Although Constitution... Aha! I can use Constitution instead of Dexterity and get 2 extra dice. Bingo. Bada dingo. Alright, so that got taken care of. Let me recharge my armor. I have so many weapons. Valeros is ready to fight that villain. He will take both checks on by himself. He doesn't give a shit. I just need to find the villain. So, where does Sione go? There's a risk that the villain is in the Shrine of Lamashtu, in which case I could be in trouble. But the thing is, this gate is almost closed, so I might as well just go here. Kira can temp close the shrine if I find the villain. If this is a henchman, I can easily kill him and the bandit that comes up after him. Alright, let's recharge the Blessing of Aurora, because it's matching the top of the deck, so I can get a rechargeable exploration. And it would appear that the henchman is at the bottom of this deck. Is it worth it to explore with a blessing? I don't think so. So, let's see. Lem. Anything good here? I can get an acid arrow. Nah. So does Lem want to actually fight this if this is the villain? Well, we have so many blessings, we should be fine. So I'm going to just play Toxic Cloud. That'll help. For the bandit henchman, if I have to hit the henchman, if this is a henchman and I use the closing, then that will help. If it's the villain, then we win, so it's all good. Alright, it is the villain. So there's nothing fancy, it's just a 14 then a 17. Lem has to do one of these because he's the person who encountered one. But I think I should be fine. I have so many blessings, it should be alright. So Kira, we'll close this. This is, I believe, an auto success. Yes, it is. So that's that. And Lem now takes the easy check. So let's use the crossbow. Let's use a blessing. Let's use an archer. Seijin has a bunch of blessings. He can play them on every check. Kira can play them on every check. Wait, that's stupid. Oh my god, really? That cancels everything? My lord. Alright, I thought that would just cancel Kira's contribution. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, sweet. Anyway, I just wanted to use the Blessing of Aristotle because that gave 2 dice, and I think I can get a 13 on these dice. I think I might be alright. And then for the 17 check, we're going to pass that off to Valeros. He's just itching for a fight here, so we're going to discard the Scythe. Play a Blessing. Play a Blessing. Sing a Song of Sixpence. Play a Blessing, and what the hell? Let's play a Blessing. This should give 2, shouldn't it? Because of Toxic Cloud? Nope, guess not. Alright. Bing, bing, bing. Bong. The witch is dead. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a weird adventure. I'm not sure if the designers intended it, but at least based on my limited experience, the hardest scenario by far was the first one of Adventure Deck 2. That one was insanity. The others were all kind of straightforward. So that was just my experience. Hope you enjoyed it all. Please like and or subscribe. And of course, if you want to stick around for the bonus round, let's do that now. So, ooh, yes, lightning bolt. Oh, thank you. That is the best loot I've ever gotten. By the way, that wasn't random. This is, remember, in the digital version, any character who's not getting a loot card gets like a good card suited to that character. So they chose a lightning bolt for Sione. That's fantastic. Medusa Mask, very good evasive item. There's also, I think, another Sahedron Medallion. He gets a Ring of Protection. That's a little on the lame side, but what are you going to do? Snakeskin Tunic. I don't think anyone's actually going to be using that. Lem doesn't have any armor, and the other people. I mean, I guess it's maybe better than like a magic leather armor. And an Impaler of Thorns. That'll be good for Valeros. Alright. Wait, what's going on? Oh, I guess there's more loot. Interesting. They actually gave more than the number of characters worth of cards. Interesting. Okay, so for card feats, man, this is tough. So let me just go ahead and let me give Valeros an item, because we're starting to run out of items. Kira, I really want to give her a spell, but I I really need items. I guess I could just, you know what? We're going into Adventure Deck 3. I'm just going to get rid of everybody's Thieves' Tools, because Thieves' Tools really lose a lot of value in the third adventure. The new barriers aren't necessarily defeatable by Thieves' Tools. Some of the veteran barriers creep up beyond 11 now. So maybe instead of taking item feats, which I really don't feel like doing, I'll just get rid of Thieves' Tools and deal with the barriers as they come. So that way I can do what I want, which is to give spells to all my spellcasters. So now Lem and Kira are filled up on spells. They don't have to worry about that anymore. Sione can take one more. And Seijan, I'm just going to go ahead and give him another blessing, because it just is the most sensible thing to do. Then from that point on, we'll do allies and then finally items. So now it's going to be tricky to fit all the stuff that we got. Let's start. So first of all, I don't want Sanctuary. I do want Lightning Bolt. Do I want 3 combat spells and a web? No, I think she actually has room for a utility spell. In fact, what I could do is I could put Sanctuary into my deck, and then it's a divine spell, so when she uses it, it'll be banished, and then there's a chance I can finally give Lem his cure back. As it is, do I maybe? Oh yes, Lem will get to take his cure back now anyway. All right, Sanctuary is really shitty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to Sione. Wait, no, I want Sione to have the best combat spells. Let's give Lem a Frost Ray. So yeah, I want her to use it, and then basically get another card. I think a basic, because in Adventure Deck 3. Just to go over a few rules. In Adventure Deck 3, when you add a card to your deck from the box, because there weren't enough at the end of the scenario to fill up your deck, you can take any card you want from Deck 1 or the base set, not just basics. That starts in Adventure Deck 3, so this is why it's really good to be able to, like, you know, banish stupid shit. As long as I don't pick up any spells in the first scenario of Adventure 3, then I can banish this Sanctuary by having Sione use it, and then I can get like a good card from Deck 1 or the base set that I missed. I don't know if there's anything left that I really want to take from those decks. I'm not sure if there's any Scorching Rays or Frost Rays left. But if there are, Lem's still tromping around with Acid Arrows, so that'd be pretty good. Okay, so that's that. Alright, items. Well, these are easy cuts. And allies, she's going to need an ally because she lost the tiger. Alright, so I guess we're going to give a nice standard bearer to Sione here. He needs a spell, and to get rid of items. Wow. Alright, so does he want the Medusa Mask? Who wants the Medusa Mask? Somebody should definitely have it. It's good card. It basically increases your odds that you find the villain and then can leave him where he is. Do I want to get rid of Thieves' Tools here? The thing is, Kira, I really should have given her an item card feat so she could hold on to a protective item. Then again, does she need one? She's got armor. Yeah, the only really people who really need the Sahedron medallions are Seijan, Lem, and Sione. So, Seijan got this Ring of Protection. Does he want to keep it? I mean, it's a good card, this Ring of Protection. It's good to have. I gotta make some tough choices here. I want to keep the Sahedron Medallion. I don't think I need Sahedron Medallions and 2 Amulets of Life. I don't think I need that. So we're gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of Thieves' Tools for Lem, which I could regret, I suppose. And then for Seijan, where did the Sahedron Medallion go? Oh, Lem held on to it, right. So Seijan, does he want an Amulet of Life? That's the question. Amulet of Life is definitely more flexible than Ring of Protection because it can block 3 damage, whereas the ring, you can reveal it to block 1 and discard it to block a second. So, but as long as you're not taking exactly 3 damage, well, no, if you're taking more than 3 damage, then the Amulet of Life is good as well, obviously, because it blocks 3 and the ring only basically blocks 2. Is it time to get rid of the Amulet of Mighty Fists? No, I don't think so. It's tricky. Maybe I should have given him an item feat just to stop this sort of problem. Does she have any room? Oh yeah, let's get rid of her Thieves' Tools. Let's give her the Masterwork Tools. And then that way we can give Seijan... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Amulet of Life and Ring of Protection? I don't think he wants both of those. Yeah, he doesn't want both of those. That's stupid. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get rid of the Amulet of Life. The reason I'm going to get rid of the Amulet of Life, and I think I should probably give Sajan the Masterwork tools, because he's more likely to go into monster-heavy locations. The Amulet of Life is basic, so I can get it back, whereas the Ring of Protection is from deck 2, so it'll be a while before I can just add it to my deck. Okay, so that was a lot of deliberation. We need a Blessing, don't have any. She has some. Need to get rid of this Desna Blessing. And let's just get rid of one of those. Oh, Lem already has one of those. Let's do one of these. Yep. Okay. Okay. There. And she needs to get rid of an armor. So we'll give it to Lem or to Valeros. I think it's better than just, magic leather armor. He still needs an item. Interesting. Man, he's just got too many items. I guess we'll give him Thieves' Tools. I think that's still better. And I'm going to hang on to one of these Amulets of Life, I suppose, just to have it. Does anybody want to do this any differently? Nah, that's fine. Oh, he's got too many weapons. Alright, so, I think I can finally get rid of this Dog Slicer +1. Yeah. Alright. Wait, it's not giving me an arrow. What else do I have to do here? There's no spells. Ah, there is a blessing. There we go. Let's do View All. Sorry, that was a tough one. I think we're good. So... Wait, does she actually maybe want to take the Longsword +1 now that she has weapon proficiency? D8 +1 and a D6. D8 +1 and a D4. But the fire trait will come in handy soon. This makes the D6s count as 3s when a 1 is rolled. Okay, I guess we'll just keep it the way it is. Okay. At long last, fucking last, Lem gets back a cure. And that's Kira's deck. Whoops. Lem gets back a cure, and Kira... Well, why doesn't Kira take agility or eloquence? So eloquence helps Seoni and Lem. Agility helps Lem and Sajan. Both are fine. I guess we'll do the agility, because, I don't know, it's a tough one. It's close. I'm not actually sure which one of those is better. But hopefully we'll eventually have enough spell slots for both, or just get better spells and not care. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with that very, very hair-pulling deliberation at the end. I'll see you again soon. Take care.